Empathy. What is it and why is it important? First, let's dispel some myths. Empathy doesn't always offer comfort, and sympathy doesn't always give unsolicited advice or pass judgment. It's important to know the nuance of empathy. It has more of a philosophical root than a psychological. Empathy is the active understanding and sharing of feelings and thoughts from their perspective, as if you are trading places in the moment. Empathy doesn't always draw the line at changing perspectives with just one person. Sometimes it's even many people all at the same time, but that only works in a group, where everyone understands everyone's background, whether predicted or explained. It's important to understand the difference between empathy and sympathy, since when most people want empathy, what they are really asking for is sympathy. They don't want a constructive conversation that analyzes and creates solutions for their problems. They just want to be heard because they want to invoke a feeling of pity or concern. Empathy can be compared to something like Russian nesting dolls, in that it can both construct and deconstruct ideas and feelings. You can see things from your own perspective, the perspective of a peer or friend looking at your situation. You can even step outside of the box entirely and look at your problems from the perspective of a stranger, then even going as far as reevaluating your thoughts and feelings from those perspectives. You can even outwardly apply this concept when helping a friend deal with their problems. This is, of course, assuming your friend really actually does want empathy and is simply not confusing the term for sympathy. See their world. Get familiar with who they are, their frame of mind, their history. Understand that you don't necessarily have to agree with their opinions, and that we are all flawed people. Make sure you understand their feelings and thoughts by communicating your understanding back to them. Allow them to correct you if you don't fully understand their perspective. You can't fully understand someone and put yourself in their position if you don't understand them at a precise and honest level. So make sure you get it right before offering any kind of perspective of your own. Otherwise, you might find yourself lost in someone else's shoes. This is why it's important to communicate your understanding back to them. It's a gauge of exactly where they are and if they're being honest with you. Don't feel uncomfortable with asking questions and asking them to be honest with you. Without honesty in the conversation, the only thing you can hope to achieve is a feeling of pity for that person, and that cheats them of a solution and you of your time. On the screen now is a sort of flow chart for problem solving. It seems complex, but really it's exactly what we were talking about already. The idea is to use empathy to tackle a problem. As long as your definition of the problem remains unchanged, then you know that you can build new prototypes of ideas to create a solution. The solutions to a problem are endless. Some can even be as simple as coming to the understanding that the problem itself isn't even your problem to solve. This is called compartmentalization, and it's a mechanism that allows you to remove yourself from a situation, giving you a moment to reevaluate exactly who you are and audit conflicting ideas and feelings from your life. Sometimes decompartmentalization is the answer, and maybe your problem is in fact a symptom of an underlying problem. Like how we discussed earlier that people commonly confuse empathy for sympathy. Sometimes our own ignorance plays a part in defining the problem in front of us, but we also need to be willing to take that constructive criticism if we ever want to move on to a solution. Are you following along so far? I know topics like this can be daunting and dry, but sometimes it's okay to hit the pause button and go back to re-listen to a previous part. If you're ready to soldier on and keep going, we're about 2/3 of the way in. We're almost done. How should empathy be used? As I'm sure you've heard before, sometimes the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Sometimes our intentions are pure, but the outcome that stems from being constructive and honest isn't productive. Empathy is a problem-solving tool, despite what you may have heard. It's not actually tied to a good or bad emotion or intention. It's mostly tied to analytical thinking, and most analytical thinkers are capable of understanding that life is not a game of selfish behavior, but rather a cooperative social game. Sometimes we can only really exist as long as we understand that society needs more than just ourselves to function. Sometimes we need to see that some people in our society are not playing the same cooperative social game the rest of us are. That means that sometimes people try to use empathy as a way to evoke an emotional response, or use empathy as a tool for emotional blackmail. This is typically when you will witness a demand for sympathy disguised as empathy. A demand for sympathy disguised in empathy is a nefarious behavior that is only used to manipulate people into giving in to their demands, typically through pity. Some people believe that if you see them as something lowly and pathetic, that you will be more willing to offer them assistance. This is often the tactic panhandlers use when asking for money. The more pathetic they can make themselves look, the more likely you are to give them the money they want. Just because someone is willing to paint themselves in a pathetic light doesn't actually mean they are deserving of empathy, your time, or your money. For instance, would you feed a child candy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What if they screamed and cried at you for it? Would you give in or discipline them for acting out in a pathetic way? If you're ever in a situation where you can't tell if the other person is wanting empathy or sympathy, ask yourself, is this a conversation or a demand for something? If the other person is willing to listen, then they're probably wanting empathy. From there, it's up to you to gauge if you're willing or capable to empathize. Also, don't forget that just because you can empathize doesn't mean you're required to. At the end of the day, it's your life and your time. You have to do what's best for you, and you are not obligated to participate in a conversation. All conversations are by definition voluntary. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Sharing this video would go a long way to help grow the channel, but if not, that's okay too. I appreciate your viewership. Thank you so much and have a great day.